We've had 5 days now of sub-zero temperatures. Luckily it's warmer now. Today I think we're getting up to, it's about 32 degrees now. But we've never had to deal with this kind of cold out here. And so we're learning a lot. One is that our water heaters didn't work quite like we thought they would. So one of the things we did in preparation for this was to get these little water heaters. We initially started by putting it in the main basin, which it did keep the main basin mostly unfrozen except for a little layer of ice on top. But these drinking basins here that the water flows into were totally iced over. And so that didn't work at all. And so we're kind of stuck now bringing buckets of water down every time we come down to the pigs, usually 3 times a day, just to make sure they've got enough to drink. So we bought a couple more of these. We're going to put one in this little drinking basin. We're going to try and chip some ice, set one in here, and hopefully it'll start to thaw this. I don't know if that's going to work or not. We'll see. But this has definitely been one of the losers. We do get decent winds here in Arkansas, but we've got good windbreaks here in this particular spot from our prevailing wind direction, which is from the south. And so we've come out every morning and every evening and spent time with these guys, and we'll feel their bodies, particularly their undersides, and just making sure that their temperatures are warm. We never saw any shivering, and so we felt confident that our animals were doing well here. They were active and up and about. They weren't too lethargic. We did have places indoors that we could move them, but they were further away from water and food sources. So if they were okay here, we wanted to keep them here, which they have been. I might have to get these guys some food or they're not going to leave me in peace. Hey, Mare, we got a big water leak down here. It's everywhere. Okay, the biggest problem we've got is feed. Like, we've got to keep the water off the feed. I'm going to pull this side by side out and we'll see if we can just push broom a bunch of water out. So the basement of the barn flooded. It's been super cold. I did my best to winterize the basement, but it got really cold in the basement. I came back up to grab some feed for the pigs, opened the garage door, and there was a flood of water like coming out of my garage. We do have a shutoff valve running to the water heater coming off the main, so I was able to shut that off. Hopefully we'll be able to continue using the barn and the water because we got to start doing seed starts upstairs. But the basement needs some repairs. That would actually make a pretty sweet rink. Hey guys. These waters are giant ice cubes right now. They sell a base plate for these. You can set them on that keeps them heated from the bottom. In fact, we have one in our house flock chicken coop, but we couldn't find them. We were a little late to go shopping and the writing was on the wall. It was going to get cold and those got bought up pretty quick. So what we did instead, we just used some dog bowl water heaters. And so this has a little heating element right underneath here, plugs right in, and we ran 2 of them off of one extension cord without any trouble. And these things have worked like a charm. We haven't had them freeze over once. I've come out, -1 degrees for 48 hours, come out and they're just fine. So the chickens have been doing pretty well. This has been a pretty low drama area for us. The straw bales have worked really well. Again, we've been looking for signs of stress in the animals and they've been quite happy. So yeah, we've been happy with the solutions we've put in place. I'd probably do it just the same again next year when it gets really cold. So we're getting 8 to 12 eggs a day right now. But we do anticipate once we get rolling and the weather calms down and all of our chickens come online and start producing, that we'll be getting roughly 10 dozen a day. So 120 eggs-ish. I hope people like eggs because we're gonna have a bunch of them. So this was the first time that winter really put us through our paces as far as how prepped we were for freezing temperatures. Some things worked, some things didn't. We had some adjustments to make down with the pigs and the water there. But a lot of things did work well. Our chickens are doing well. They've got their water, we've got their feed. Most of the lines around the property are doing well and not frozen. There's still some, frankly, that haven't thawed out yet. So there's some that I'm still kind of like, I hope they're okay. We'll find out in the next few days when the thaw
comes. We are standing here at day 1 of doing our seeds here at Tuckaway Farm for 2024. Got Riley here with me, and we are going to do soil blocks today. This year we've decided to do some things soil blocks and some things using seed trays, just because the soil blocks do take a little more time. So we're not doing everything in soil blocks. We're doing all of our flowers in soil blocks this year, our peppers, our tomatoes, and our cucumbers. And everything else will either be directly seeded into the ground or we'll use seed trays for, so the big plastic trays that you've seen. So let's go ahead and get started, Riley. We've got our soil here already. We've got some organic soil. So we do still actually just, I think, need to add a little extra coconut coir to stir this up. Go ahead and just dump it in and we'll start making our slosh.
It's a whole arm workout.
It totally is.
Well, you honestly, don't you just want it to be where, like, if you grab a handful, like, it clumps together?
It clumps together. Maybe a little water squeezes out. Okay, so we're smushing that dirt in there nice and good. Scrape the bottom off. Pop that baby out. Okay, you wanna do one? Hi. Hi. So we're able to start these so early because these will be going into our tunnels, which warm up a little faster so we can put stuff in it sooner. So if you want to get going on those, I could make the next tray. Tray of seed brownies, right?
Yep.
Riley's gonna sprinkle some vermiculite on top, and then they'll go under the lights. Okay, this is tray number 2. We've got one more tray to do and then we're all done for today. First seeding day in the books.